Hello, and thank you for considering the Democratic Republic of the Congo's membership in the OAU.
Ever since our independence from Belgian rule in 1960, our country has experienced a major conflict between the Katigan rebels who have attempted to succeed in the United Nations operation in the Congo.
Minimal preparations had been made, and many issues, such as the questions of ethnicity, remained unresolved. In the first week of our independence, a revolt broke out in the army, and violence erupted between the black and white civilians. And despite our independence, we were still expected to be ruled by the white minority, which most Congolese who expected immediate results from the independence resented, and still resent them and their roles in our country's leadership.
Our mineral wealth is the mainstay of the economy, but the development of the mining industry has occurred at the expense of commercial agriculture. The main minerals mined are primarily diamonds and copper. The economy's growth increased greatly under Belgian control in the 1950s and has slowed considerably during this time. Domestic agriculture is our main source of food and income, and it provides employment for the majority of the population. Since our independence, however, our exports and imports have decreased rapidly due to deteriorating transport systems and a collapse in market production. Many supplies are smuggled in, much to our dismay. We hope to regain economic stability and agriculture prosperity with the reoccurrence of stable leadership and sound policies.
In 1960, our growing nationalist movement, the Mouvement National Congolais, or MNC party, led by Patrice Lumumba, won the parliamentary elections. Patrice Lumumba thus became our first prime minister. The parliament elected as President Joseph Kasavubu of the Alliance des Bakongo party. Other parties that emerged included the Parti Solidaire Africain, or PSA, led by Antoine Gizenga, and the Parti National du Peuple, led by Albert Delvaux and Laurent Mbarka. Since having achieved the goal of independence from Belgium, all of these parties remain nationalists and ready for complete self-reliance from countries outside of Africa.
Multiple prime ministers have been installed since Lumumba was executed by the Katigan, and the United States have repeatedly attempted to create a stable pro-Western regime by financially supporting pro-Western candidates. Finding stable leadership is a goal very high on our list. Along with Belgium, the U.S. gave financial support to Colonel Mobutu of the Congolese National Army, who orchestrated a coup d'etat to drive the Soviets out of our country. We are still concerned about the withdrawal of the UN troops, as the Katigan troops continue to occasionally clash with our government troops, despite their surrender to the UN.
Support from the OAU would be greatly beneficial to settle the country's unrest. Our Congolese people continue to flee our state into neighboring countries such as Burundi, Central African Republic, and Tanzania. And with the power of the OAU, the refugees and remaining Congolese people can achieve safety and support.
An end to the unrest assisted and possibly funded by the OAU countries as the UN troops continue to withdraw would be extremely beneficial to the people of our country and to the rest of the world. Our trade routes along the Congo River and its tributaries can be greatly beneficial to the economic prosperity of Africa once we establish greater safety and stability to our country. We can also be of large economic support because of our vastly arable land and our mining structure. Another addition to increased stability would be an increase in leadership education so that our country can become truly independent and self-sufficient, which in turn will result in higher economic turnouts and the release of being a burden to the continent of Africa.